So we got this headline from the Daily Star, dated March 1st. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk locked in talks, but still no agreement on Wembley fight. And in the article itself, it says, both teams are in talks, but it is understood the discussions are still at an impasse for the date of April 29 at Wembley. There remains hope of a breakthrough, but the clock is ticking with news expected in the next 48 hours. Remember, this was March 1st. Another article here from TalkSport, the headline reads, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, talks reportedly at an impasse, with time running out for a deal, but hope of breakthrough this week still remains. So it's almost word for word what the Daily Star say. And then there is this interview with Frank Warren from 2 days ago, where he was asked about the situation regarding the Usyk-Fury fight. And Frank Warren was kind of smirking and not really giving anything away. And Umar was saying that we'll do an interview when things are made official, this and that. The vibe that a lot of people got off this interview was that there is actually progress and that an announcement genuinely is imminent. But if we go back to the Daily Star article, it said, hope remains of a breakthrough, but the clock is ticking with news expected in the next 48 hours. Well, that was March 1st. You don't need to be a mathematician to figure out that 48-hour time frame has elapsed. Okay, we're now on March 5th. So what's going on here? Are we going to get an announcement? Has somebody budged? We understand that Team Fury aren't willing to give Usyk 50-50. What percentage are they actually offering Usyk? Are they offering him 45%, 40, 35, 30? What exactly is the percentage? And the reason this is important is it will show us the intention of Tyson Fury. If he really wants to fight, then he's still going to offer Alexander Usyk a reasonable percentage. What I can say definitively is that money means more to him than belts. That's for sure. If it weren't the case, then he'd be willing to offer Alexander Usyk 50-50. We understand that Usyk isn't the draw that Tyson Fury is. I'm sure nobody can dispute that. But if you're a guy who cares about glory and you're a guy who cares about legacy, Tyson Fury has said, in at least one interview that I watched, that he doesn't care at all about legacy. And if you're not fighting for legacy, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for money. And as I've already said, that's okay fighting for money. Just be upfront about it. Don't try and sell the public this nonsense about you being a man of the people and fighting AJ for free and giving away all the tickets when you have these fights at Wembley and letting everybody watch it without it being on a pay-per-view behind a paywall, all this kind of stuff. Just cut all that nonsense out. You just fought Derek Chisora on pay-per-view and charged something like £30 for it. So you're obviously not that keen on giving back to the public, are you? Just leave all that alone and just be honest about it's all about the money. Now, I'm talking on the premise that Tyson Fury is just all about the money and he wants to get the maximum amount from this Usyk fight. But then there's the possibility that it really isn't about money. That actually Tyson Fury just doesn't want to fight Alexander Usyk. He wants to take an easier fight for the same or more money against somebody else. There's been talk of Andy Ruiz if the Usyk fight can't get made. There's been talk of Francis Ngannou. And there's even been talk, if Anthony Joshua can get past Jermaine Franklin, of fighting AJ in summer. I know Tyson Fury said, oh, forget about AJ and this and that. But money talks. And if AJ doesn't look good against Franklin, but still comes through with a win, then it wouldn't at all surprise me to see Tyson Fury all of a sudden keen, very keen on the AJ fight again. I mean, he was keen last year, in my opinion. I know other people think that Tyson Fury was messing around and he didn't really intend to go through with the AJ fight. But personally, I think he was keen on it. And he was using a Mayweather tactic. And it's not only Mayweather that uses this tactic. There have been many fighters that have done it. But Mayweather, one thing he would do is he would delay the announcement of his opponent, such as to give the opponent minimal time to prepare, mentally and physically. He would often do that. He would say, oh, it could be this guy, it could be that guy, it could be the other guy. And then with about 5 weeks to go, he would announce his opponent. And it would be as much a surprise to the opponent as it was to the public. He just picked some guy out of left field. And again, the idea, not that it always works, because some fighters are just going to be in the gym training full steam ahead regardless. But the idea behind it is that you catch your opponent off guard and, they're not adequately prepared. That's the idea, right? And so with Tyson Fury, maybe there was an element of that with AJ. Yeah, he'd just come off 2 fights against Alexander Usyk, but there were 2 defeats. So his mind was not in a great place. Maybe Fury was thinking, okay, I'm going to get him when he's mentally weak. I'm going to spring the fight on him out of the blue, try and get him in there in December, this kind of thing. That's the way the Furies think. It's very Mayweather-esque. So with regards to the Alexander Usyk fight, I guess it's possible they might try and do something like that, but Usyk, you have to imagine, is far too much of a consummate pro for anything like that to affect him. I tend to suspect that if this isn't all about money for Tyson Fury, then he just doesn't want the Usyk fight. He wants to go in a different direction because, as I've said in previous videos, people are, and I'm going to say the majority of boxing fans, crowning Tyson Fury as the king of the division without even having fought Usyk. So in Fury's mind, it's like, well, how do I benefit from fighting Usyk then? Because everyone thinks I'm better than him anyway. Everyone thinks that if we fought, I would win regardless. So that's as good as having fought him. Do you know what I mean? I might as well fight somebody else, let Usyk go on with his career, get beat because he's not getting any younger, right? Get beat by somebody or look bad against someone. And then I can come out and say, see, you guys thought this guy could beat me. You're having a laugh. I'm a Gypsy King. I'm the best. So yeah, that's my take on the situation. Hopefully it's all about the money and somebody yields, somebody concedes and gives some ground, whether it be Fury or Usyk, with regards to the split, regardless of what you think is fair or whatever. Hopefully somebody gives some ground and we get to see the fight. That's best case scenario. In a situation like that, if Fury then moved the goalposts further, then we would know exactly what it is. Right? If, let's say, Usyk decides to give Fury whatever percentage he wants, the fight really has to absolutely happen at that point. There can't be any other excuses. There can't be any more goalposts moving. And sometimes when it comes to purse splits, I've often thought that one possibility is that some fighters do it to antagonize the opponent. Some fighters do it to gain a psychological edge. It's not just about getting more money. It's about upsetting the opponent, knocking them off balance emotionally so that they go into the fight uptight, feeling hard done by, not in a happy place. Now, that can work in a fighter's favor sometimes in terms of the opponent that feels unhappy. It all depends on the personality type. But Alexander Usyk he comes across as a very calm, cool, calm, collected character. How all this stuff will be affecting him, I don't know. Will it get him uptight? And if they do fight, will it negatively affect his performance? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm just throwing ideas out there, all right? So catch you on the next one. Oh yeah, we out here. We out here, bro. Don't get swept off your feet.